So here's the thing. These two men on that mainstream media channel, which just has a huge budget, that's what I'm concluding at this point. They have a huge budget, okay? They gathered us. They gathered us with, I would say, a clickbait title, okay? And it says, tracking Mr. Brown Mogotsi. Guys, of course I am going to click on that because we all want to know who Mr. Brown Mogotsi is. And I'm thinking it's going to be an exclusive. We're going to find out what's going on. Did they get to talk to him? What does he say? I'm clicking, okay? And I watch. It's a whole 8 minutes and 51 seconds video, okay? And I blame myself. I knew better. I knew better, but I clicked and I watched. I watched the entire video because I was anticipating, okay, we're going to get to the meat. We're going to get to the juice. We're going to get to the parts where Mkhwanazi, okay? Mkhwanazi has left us all in shock. Okay, because General Mkhwanazi gathered us on Sunday. Okay, while we were minding our own businesses, our own content, he gathered us. He called a press briefing that truly upset Paul O'Sullivan, and stay to the end because we got to break down what Paul O'Sullivan said. Yes, Paul O'Sullivan said what he said on this same channel. So I figured, you know what? Let me combine these videos together and try to understand what is the goal of this mainstream media channel, because they left me very confused, okay? Do they fact check? Do they verify? Or they're just gathering likes and views? At this point, they're just another YouTube channel, if you ask me. But, so here's the thing. They gathered us. There's this man who was kicked out by his aunt, and then he was working, doing logos and social media for Mr. Brown, okay? The same Mr. Brown that Mkhwanazi spoke about. What is going on? What is going on? Anyway, we listened to him tell us about him kicked out by his aunt. He goes home with Mr. Brown to talk to his aunt, and his aunt is not changing her mind about kicking him out. Like, guys, I'm like, wait, Mr. Brown has time to do this? Wow, he's a very nice man. Not only is he so nice, he sends messages to Mkhwanazi over there on the WhatsApp, and now he also sends messages because apparently he's connected, according to the KZN police commissioner. Okay, he's connected to the police minister, to the police minister, who has also denied. And then, by the way, don't forget, Cupcake is coming back today, so maybe there'll be law and order finally. Okay, we'll get to the bottom of what he revealed. Meanwhile, O'Sullivan is still upset. Okay, he's very upset that the police commissioner of KZN in his tiny little corner wore the task force uniform, and he says he's not a member of the task force. Then I'm led to ask myself, who is Paul O'Sullivan again, and what authority does he have? Because in this interview, he sounds like he calls the shot, and he expects the shots that he's calling to be answered to. But then why is he very selective in the shots? Because one of the things he's demanding is Masemola, Fanny Masemola, the National Police Commissioner, okay, and the KZN Police Commissioner, to be suspended. How is Fanny catching strays now? By the way, Fanny Masemola, listen, let's watch these videos. I'll give you the rest of my commentary, okay? Let's break this down.
Person encountered something along the way, so he wouldn't be able to come. So, but for that matter, he tried to rectify it by offering me a 5 years contract at his restaurant to generate income for myself with whatever I'm going to be doing. So as I was busy trying to put myself in a position of what am I going to do to generate income for myself at his restaurant, I encountered a situation at home. My auntie kicked me out. So when my aunt kicked me out, I called Mr. Brown. Actually, I went to Mr. Brown. I told Mr. Brown that, Mr. Brown, I'm not going to be able to proceed with you with the contract that you supplied, that you gave me, because at home I have encountered this kind of situation. So Mr. Brown, he then asked me to wait, and then I waited. Then from there, when he was done with whatever that he was doing, he went with me home and then trying to understand the situation. But unfortunately, the situation could not be resolved at home. And then Mr. Brown, he offered to take me in He offered to take me in, and then he rented me a room so I can stay there and then continue with my business. And then on my side, I couldn't feel okay about it because anxiety and depression, they were visiting me, and then I could not understand in what situation I'm standing at, and then, or where am I heading with Mr. Brown at that particular moment, as there were so many thoughts that were running in my mind. And then later on...
Sorry to cut you, but what kind of thoughts? Were you not trusting him, or you're not personally okay with your own problems? What were those? What was happening in your mind in terms of your concerns and fears?
Hence I mentioned anxiety and depression, because I did not understand how could I share an opportunity that I received with my aunt at home, and then she still proceed kicking me out instead of supporting me and then helping me build myself and my career.
Okay. But you talk to us, when was the last time you interacted with him? But also, when this news came out, what was your first reaction? How did you feel when you heard that this is the person who's allegedly involved in corruption with police ministers? Is this something that you anticipated or suspected at any point? What was your immediate reaction with all this whole issue that's happening out there now?
Well, Mr. Brown, I think last time I spoke with him was last year when he requested some logos that I created for him. And then when this news came, I was very shocked. I couldn't believe that they're talking about Mr. Brown that I know until yesterday, when I got really into it and tried to check if they're really talking about Mr. Brown. And then I saw they posted his video where he was talking about the ANC. I don't know what was it, but he was talking about the ANC. So I was very shocked because I don't know Mr. Brown like that. And Mr. Brown, in my life here, I have never seen him angry. I have never seen him attacking anybody. I've always seen him happy and ever smiling.
Yeah, brother, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. So
there you have it. Mr. Brown has never been angry. He's always happy, and he's always ever smiling. How does that contribute to the conversation that the police commissioner of KZN has put out as of Sunday, okay, less than 48 hours ago? And this is what this mainstream media comes to tell us about Mr. Brown. He's an ever smiling man. He's never angry. I'm just going to let me know your thoughts about this whole interview in the comment section down below from this man who doesn't want to be named, by the way. And then I'm asking, you know what? Let me not ask that question. You know what? Let me just mind my business. Okay. He said he was working for Mr. Brown as a digital Dondoni. Let's just go with that. Now, Mr. O'Sullivan, let's hear him.
I don't think I want to go into them. And the reason why I don't want to go into them is because Mkhwanazi has acted unlawfully. So what I'm now doing, in fact, I've sent an email today to Masemola, and I've copied the president. And I've said, I'm now calling for a judicial commission of inquiry into what the hell is going on in the police service of this country, because it's completely unacceptable. And the victims of crime out there, and there's many of them, the victims of crime out there are getting gut full of all this criminal activity within the police service, and it has to stop. The National Police Commission needs to come out and speak for himself. I can't speak for him. And he's been ominously silent. I put it to him over a week ago, actually 10 days ago, that he had to suspend 5 generals and 2 brigadiers from crime intelligence. And he hasn't come back with an answer on that, other than to say it's an internal matter and it's got nothing to do with the public. But Mkhwanazi himself, he needs to come out and explain, where is the Louis Vuitton bag he was given as a gift? Where are the cars that were purchased in 2012 using crime intelligence slush funds? He needs to answer those questions. And he needs to answer the following question as well. Who authorized him to dress up in combat uniform with a dozen men on either side of him in combat gear with masks on to demonstrate that he's a tough guy and he's going to take on the government and dish the government, the judiciary, and the National Prosecuting Authority? That man needs to be held accountable by the people of this country. Well, the first thing is he's not a member of the task force. So why? Let him explain. Why is he wearing task force uniform? Why did he have 6 men on either side of him wearing task force uniform with masks on and brandishing firearms? It was a media presentation. So what, was he afraid of the media? What did he think would happen to him at that conference? How much did it cost the taxpayer for him to be standing there? And by the way, he had pretty much the whole of the KZN Provincial Police Service there with him. So they were all there on a Sunday. He calls this impromptu press conference and he lies to the media. And we need to get to the bottom of it. But I can tell you, he's triggered something which may just be the end of his life in the police service. Well, the reality is he wasn't authorized to do what he did. If Masemola authorized him to do what he did, the two of them can go down together, because I'm calling for a judicial commission of inquiry. I have today written to the minister, and I've asked the minister, without overreaching his executive powers, to arrange for Masemola and Mkhwanazi to be suspended until we can get to the bottom of what their conduct is actually involved in and where it's leading. Well, I can't second guess what's going on inside the head of a criminal like Mkhwanazi. But the reality of the situation is he's overstepped his mark. It's not the job of a provincial commissioner to start accusing the government, the judiciary, the National Prosecuting Authority, and the Minister of Police, for that matter, of being criminals. And that's what he did today. And I want to see that man fall, and the sooner the better.
And I want to see that man fall, and the sooner the better. Those are the words of Paul O'Sullivan, spoken with his chest quite bravely over there on the other media channel. He is dead serious, okay? He is upset, if you didn't already pick it up. But to me, what I picked up, okay, is that he literally is, this is personal. This is a personal vendetta, a totally different tune from what he was saying a few weeks ago, less than a few days ago. Let me just say a few days ago, when he was talking about the untouchables, okay, who were arrested and why are they not suspended? Dun dun. But on the other hand, he's singing a very, very different tune, and he's only singing that tune, guys, for Mkhwanazi, okay? He's not singing that tune for Sibiya. He's not singing that tune for the police minister. Oh no, they have full immunity, okay, in his rant. Do you know who catches strays though? It's Masemola, Fanny Masemola. But guys, this is incredible. What exactly is Paul O'Sullivan's issue with Mkhwanazi? And I doubt it has to do with the uniform. It goes back to 2012. It seems that there is some history there. There's some history there. He wants to know, where is the Louis Vuitton bag and where are the luxury vehicles that were purchased? I don't know why he's only asking those questions now, because he has the email address of the police minister and he can CC Cyril Ramaphosa or the president at the time. Why didn't he do it then? I'm not saying that his allegations about the Louis Vuitton bag and the luxury vehicles should be overlooked. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, where have you been all these years? Why are you bringing this up now? So let me end this video here. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on mainstream media and how they're running with this story. Let me know in the comment section down below. You already know, okay? I'll be right there to meet you. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Consider sharing this video as well so that more and more people understand what Paul O'Sullivan is going on and on about, so we can unpack it as a nation, okay? And let's grow our family. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. It's only possible with you, so consider subscribing as well. I'd appreciate that. Like the video, share the video, save the video if you can't watch it now and you want to watch it later. Save it as well. Okay, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload. Bye.